My beloved child, pause here for a moment, because perhaps these words have found you at exactly the time your heart needs them most. Life has a quiet way of preparing us long before we recognize what is changing, and something within your own journey may already be beginning to shift. You may have noticed a feeling you cannot fully explain. Perhaps your heart has become unusually calm after carrying so many questions, or maybe an unexpected sense of hope has appeared where uncertainty once lived. Do not rush away from this moment. Stay with these words until the end, because what you are about to reflect upon may help you see your journey from a completely different perspective. Type 777 if you're believing better days are ahead. There are moments when a single act of kindness creates a ripple far beyond what the eyes can see. You may not remember every encouraging word you have spoken, every silent prayer you have offered, every time you chose compassion instead of resentment, or every occasion you walked away from bitterness even though you had every reason to hold on to it. Yet those moments have shaped the person you are becoming. Sometimes the greatest changes begin quietly, hidden beneath ordinary days, waiting until the right season to reveal their purpose. What feels small to you may have carried extraordinary meaning to someone else. Perhaps there is someone connected to your journey who has recently experienced an unexpected sense of peace because of the person you chose to become. It may not have been something dramatic. It may not even have involved a conversation. Sometimes the greatest gift we give another soul is simply allowing our own heart to heal. When you choose forgiveness instead of revenge, patience instead of pressure, or hope instead of despair, your life begins reflecting a different kind of strength. That strength has a way of reaching farther than you realize. You may have wondered whether your efforts to grow emotionally have mattered. There were days when healing felt invisible. There were nights when you questioned whether anyone noticed the quiet battles you fought within yourself. Yet growth rarely announces itself with loud celebration. More often, it unfolds in silence, transforming your heart before it transforms your circumstances. This is why your recent season may have felt unusually still. Sometimes silence is not emptiness. Sometimes it is preparation. And somewhere within that preparation, another heart may have begun recognizing something it could not ignore forever. Perhaps they found themselves comparing the noise of their past with the peace they felt whenever thoughts of you gently surfaced. They may not have understood why your memory returned during ordinary moments. A familiar place, a quiet evening, or an unexpected reminder may have stirred emotions they believed had long disappeared. Rather than creating confusion, those memories gradually began bringing clarity. Comment 333 to receive your blessings. But something changed in a way they did not expect. Instead of focusing on what they lacked, they began noticing what your presence had quietly represented. They remembered your patience. They remembered your sincerity. They remembered the way you remained true to yourself even when life became difficult. Those reflections did not force immediate answers, but they invited honest questions. They began asking themselves whether genuine peace had been standing closer than they once realized. Before we continue, there is something your own heart may need to understand. Sometimes we believe our value depends on being noticed immediately. We assume that if someone truly cared, everything would happen quickly and without delay. Yet real emotional maturity often develops slowly. Hearts that have carried disappointment rarely open overnight. They learn through reflection, through healing, and through the quiet realization that love built upon honesty is far stronger than love driven only by emotion. This is where many people become discouraged. They mistake waiting for rejection. They confuse silence with absence. Yet not every quiet season means nothing is happening. Some of the most meaningful transformations occur where no applause is heard and no audience is watching. A heart can spend months learning how to release fear before it ever finds the courage to move toward peace. Perhaps your own journey has been preparing you for this lesson as well. You have experienced moments when life asked you to release expectations you could not control. You discovered that peace cannot always depend upon another person's choices. Instead, it begins when your own heart becomes rooted in truth, gratitude, and hope. That inner strength has not been wasted. Every difficult season has quietly shaped your ability to recognize healthier love when it appears. Stay with this message, because there is another layer that deserves your attention. Joy does not always arrive with celebration. Sometimes it begins as relief. Sometimes it begins with the realization that healing is finally becoming stronger than fear. Perhaps someone connected to your journey has recently reached such a moment. They may have recognized that carrying old regrets no longer serves the future they truly desire. They may have begun letting go of emotional burdens they once believed would remain forever. What happened next surprised even them. Instead of feeling trapped by yesterday, they experienced a quiet gratitude for the people who had helped them grow, including you. Whether through your kindness, your patience, your honesty, or simply the example of your own resilience, something you did may have reminded them that genuine love does not demand perfection. It invites authenticity. That realization has brought an unexpected sense of joy into their heart, not because every question has been answered, but because hope has begun replacing fear. Comment 888 to celebrate new blessings. Yet this is not the end of the story. There remains one truth that has not fully revealed itself, and understanding it may change the way you view this entire journey. Sometimes the greatest blessing is not the moment someone recognizes your value. Sometimes it is the moment they begin recognizing the person they themselves are capable of becoming because they encountered your kindness. And that quiet awakening may be leading toward a new chapter that neither of you could have rushed before its proper season. As you continue listening, allow yourself to release the pressure of needing every answer today. Some of life's most meaningful changes unfold so quietly that they are only understood after enough time has passed. What once seemed like delay may later be recognized as preparation. What once felt like silence may become the very space where wisdom had room to grow. Your heart does not need to force clarity before it is ready. Sometimes clarity arrives gently, inviting you to notice how much stronger, calmer, and more discerning you have become. There may be moments when you wonder whether your kindness has truly mattered. It is natural to ask such questions after seasons of disappointment or uncertainty. Yet every sincere act of compassion leaves an impression, even when you never witness its full effect. A patient word, an honest apology, a decision to forgive, or the courage to walk away from bitterness can encourage growth in ways that remain invisible for a long time. The value of goodness is not measured only by immediate results. It is also measured by the kind of person it allows you to become. But something else deserves your attention. As your own heart continues healing, your perspective begins changing as well. You become less interested in chasing what constantly confuses you and more interested in welcoming what brings genuine peace. This shift is subtle, yet it transforms every future relationship. Instead of asking who will complete you, you begin asking who will walk beside you with honesty, mutual respect, and emotional maturity. That change alone has the power to reshape the direction of your journey. Before we continue, consider this possibility. The people whose lives intersect with yours are often growing through their own quiet seasons. You may never know every lesson they are learning or every fear they are overcoming. Just as your own inner transformation has not always been visible to others, theirs may also be unfolding beyond what you can see. This understanding invites compassion rather than assumptions and patience rather than conclusions. There is another truth that many hearts discover only after difficult seasons. Real love is not sustained by excitement alone. It grows through consistency, trust, accountability, and the willingness to keep choosing honesty, even when honesty feels vulnerable. A healthy relationship is not built because two people never struggle. Comment Amen if you're choosing faith over fear today. It is built because both are willing to grow through those struggles without losing respect for one another. Stay with this message, because the next reflection may be the one your heart has needed all along. If you have spent too much time believing that your worth depends on being chosen, remember that your value has never been determined by another person's timing or decisions. Your worth has always existed independently of anyone's approval. When you truly embrace that truth, you stop settling for uncertainty disguised as affection. You become free to recognize relationships that offer mutual care instead of constant confusion. As this chapter draws to a close, carry one quiet reminder with you. Continue choosing kindness even when it goes unnoticed. Continue choosing integrity when shortcuts seem easier. Continue choosing hope without abandoning wisdom. Every step you take toward greater emotional health prepares you for healthier connections in every part of life. The future does not ask you to become someone different. It simply invites you to keep becoming the best version of the person you already are. And perhaps that is where the deepest joy quietly begins. As this message begins to draw toward its conclusion, there is one final invitation for your heart. Instead of searching for certainty in every circumstance, allow yourself to recognize the quiet evidence of your own transformation. The person you were a year ago may have reacted differently to disappointment, uncertainty, or waiting. Today, you may find yourself responding with greater patience, deeper wisdom, and a stronger sense of peace. That change is not small. It is the result of countless unseen moments when you chose growth over resentment and hope over despair. Perhaps this is the true gift hidden within every season of preparation. Life has not only been shaping your future, it has also been shaping you. Every challenge has refined your ability to recognize what truly matters. Every unanswered question has encouraged you to trust your values rather than your fears. Every closed door has reminded you that your purpose is larger than a single moment or relationship. Even the chapters that once seemed painful have contributed something meaningful to the person you are becoming. There is another truth worth carrying with you. Healthy love does not ask you to abandon yourself. It does not require you to ignore your intuition, silence your needs, or accept confusion as proof of devotion. Instead, it invites honesty, mutual respect, compassion, and steady commitment. The strongest relationships are built by two people who continue choosing kindness, accountability, and understanding, even when life becomes difficult. That kind of love is not rushed. It grows through trust, consistency, and shared growth. Comment "Thank you" if you're grateful for every blessing, big or small. So if your heart has been waiting for a sign, perhaps let this be the reminder you hold on to today. Continue becoming the person you hope to meet. Continue nurturing your peace, protecting your integrity, and extending kindness without expecting immediate rewards. The love you give to the world is never wasted when it flows from a healthy heart. Whether its impact is seen today or recognized much later, it becomes part of the legacy you leave in the lives of others. Before you leave this message, take one quiet moment to appreciate how far you have already come. You have survived seasons that once seemed impossible. You have learned lessons you never imagined you would need. You have discovered strength you did not know you possessed. That strength does not make your heart cold, it makes your heart wiser. And wisdom allows love to flourish in healthier ways than fear ever could. Before we continue, subscribe so you never miss a new message filled with hope, faith, and blessings. As you move into the days ahead, remain open to meaningful connections, but do not surrender your peace in pursuit of them. Welcome what is honest. Release what is unhealthy. Celebrate progress rather than perfection. Trust that every experience can teach something valuable when approached with humility and courage. The next chapter of your life will not be defined only by what happens around you, but by the person you choose to become within it. If these words have brought you comfort, let them also become a gentle reminder that hope is strongest when it is joined with wisdom, compassion, and patience. Continue walking forward with confidence, knowing that your life has purpose beyond what you can currently see. May your heart remain steady, your spirit remain hopeful, and your path be guided by truth, kindness, and peace. And perhaps, as new chapters unfold in their own time, you will look back on this moment and realize that the greatest transformation was not simply waiting for you, it had already begun within you.